Welcome to Unfiltered Podcast with hosts Mike D'Alessandro and Jeff Angelo. Unfiltered is based in Clark County, Washington, where we discuss news and politics with local leaders. This is the second part of our discussion with Monica Stonier.
Moving on here, we just talked about how busy you get up there and how fast-paced the life is. How do you balance your family life with your life up in Olympia? Because you are gone quite a bit. And, I mean, recently, you didn't even want, and some people know you were back around. You were just like...
I just want to be quiet at home.
Just have a little time to yourself.
Could imagine.
So how does that happen?
Well, I think when you do this busy work, you can't do it all very well. So there are definitely times where I feel, I don't have the balance quite right. But you're right. I mean, the last several weeks that I've been home and I've been back at work, I've tried to, just keep some things off the schedule and, be the one that takes the kids to and from soccer. And
you guys
today,
love yourself some soccer in that house.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I mean,
You're right.
maybe
I
you
don't
do.
want to
It's
have
just
an idea.
insane how much soccer we do at our house. But, just being the one that listens to how they feel their training went or how tryouts are going or how school's going. Zachary wants to talk about how physics is going and Mallory, wants to talk about the book she's writing. And so we have a lot of, we had a lot of conversations to make up for. Brandon and I went for our anniversary for a night out in Portland.
I saw that.
The ghost hunting.
Yeah,
was
that
that?
was
Which
insane.
it wasn't
Any ghosts?
really. No, we didn't see any ghosts. I mean, even if there were ghosts around, I don't know if we really would have noticed them because we were just kind of, having dinner and walking around and stuff.
I think I would notice a ghost.
I mean, ghosts are probably pretty subtle.
My wife and I, we used to. We don't do it anymore. I wish we did, but I'm fascinated with local history, ghost stories, stuff like that. I used to take my wife down to the barracks and point out all the different stories that have happened. And I have a ton. That's a different podcast episode.
We'll have to do a joint, a double date or something for the.
We went to the Hood River Hotel up in the Gorge, which is extremely haunted. And there's another one up there too that I'm petrified to even stay. I won't go stay there because I know the history behind it, so I'm not interested in staying there. But the Hood River Hotel I can do. That one I cannot.
We stayed at the Benson. I requested a floor that was haunted.
7th floor?
And
what floor?
I think it was the
13th.
There's it's the 7th, the 9th, and the 11th, I think, are the floors that are haunted. And I don't remember which one we were on because they switched us because one of them had construction or something on it. But
7th is the most haunted.
Okay, so here's the funny thing is we were also going to go eat at a restaurant that was close by that was very haunted. But Brandon was like, why don't we have nice steak? It's our anniversary. He wanted to upgrade us a little bit, so we skipped that. But then we were going to do the Shanghai Tunnel tour the next day with the kids. But our family schedule with soccer and everything kind of got in the way. So we're going to go back and do that.
Always suck.
But we definitely, so my kids are at that age where they're really freaked out about ghosts and stuff. So we like to scare them when we can. We sent them a video.
Okay, hold on.
I have the best ghost story.
We sent them a video of the hotel room and then I jumped out. I was like, wow.
Just going to ask. Okay,
so our anniversary weekend was spent making ghost videos for the kids.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got distracted with the ghost now. So, yes or no question. Have you seen something paranormal? Yes or no? No explanation.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's weird.
Okay, I don't know.
It's
yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What? Why am I not? I'm always surrounded by people who've had experiences.
Believe me, I didn't want to. I'm not one that wants to see things, experience things.
Oh.
But I'm not one that has. It was one time only, and that was it.
Do you guys know the
this
most
podcast
haunted
was tanking? This is just going.
But there was
This
two.
is where it goes. This is where it goes.
There was two of us. There was two of us in the room, so it wasn't like I was by myself. So we can talk about it later, some other time. But
Yeah, same here. Mine was out in public, and
so people saw it. You weren't just like in a room by
Do
yourself.
we
Like,
know,
oh,
do we know the most haunted place in Vancouver?
No.
Should we cover that real
Yeah, where
fast
is
here?
it?
Just say it. It's at Officer
Right here.
Row. It's the old hospital.
Like,
It's
oh.
actually the old hospital that sits right up against I-5.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
Two-story one that has the double pane
Yeah,
windows.
right.
The most haunted site in Vancouver.
Let's go.
You can't even get in there anymore. It's all closed up.
We could probably find somebody that
Somebody's
would
got
let
to
us
know
in.
somebody. Come on.
Tim said he'd help out.
Oh, sweet. So
See?
we're gonna. Can we do a ghost hunting podcast?
I would love that. I would steer away. We've talked about doing some
We'd
different
probably
podcasts.
have to edit it for language.
Well, depending on what you see.
If you get scared, yeah, it'd be pretty.
I got a book, and this is the last thing about ghosts, and then we're
we
gonna
got
move
that
on
long
from
list
this.
of things to talk
Yeah,
about. I
know.
don't see ghosts on there,
so
but
ghosts. I was. It said mom balance, so now we're on ghost.
Well, because we sent videos to the kids.
Yeah, there you go. Jefferson
That's how I
Davis,
show my love.
local
Scare
author. He writes a lot of ghost books around the Pacific Northwest. I'm seriously, I'm gonna drop it off at your guys' house, and I want you guys to look through it at some point. Just read about the local history with stuff. It's great.
My kids will be into it. It'll be a family read.
It is terrifying in some parts. So, okay, the next thing.
I will say that one of the things that I have to tell you about is this cat thing we have at my house. Did I tell you about the cat thing?
We're just about ready to talk about your house too, so that's perfect.
Okay, so my kids and my husband really want a cat, and I don't.
Oh
like
my
cats.
god, we talked. Okay, you and I have already talked about.
We've
this.
talked about this, but today, I have to when we're done here today, I have to run out because I have to go get the kids and take them to the cat lady to see about the cat.
cat lady.
Ask about it. I love it. I knew that.
So,
was gonna
so
be
if you're
nice.
talking about
Let's hear it.
balance, like I'm gone a lot.
You're allergic
as a
to
legislator,
cats.
and I'm allergic to right and nasally right now. So here's the thing, right? One of the things you do is you kind of find places where you can kind of negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, the negotiation is what I know I'm gone a lot. The family needs a pet.
Mhm.
And so we're getting a cat. And
I
quite
would've
possibly
negotiated for more
today,
soccer over a
quite
cat.
possibly today, we will have a new kitten at our house. And so yeah, I mean, balance, right? Like if I'm going to be gone
I bet
being
they're
a politician somewhere, oh, they're thrilled. My family is thrilled. Mallory and Brandon both have this kitten that we don't even have as the screensaver on their phone. So they're really excited about this idea, and I'm
There you
excited
go.
for them.
Good.
But it definitely that's how you negotiate and find some balance.
So God, you and I talked on the phone yesterday, and the first thing, and it was the same. I had the same reaction Mike did. Because you said, we're gonna...
Don't trust that lady.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
The cat lady?
Well, because of what Monica said, she goes, oh, well, this lady has 15 cats. And I was like, oh, I almost choked. You don't trust someone
Well, she's
with
by
15
trade a
cats.
breeder, right? Like, so it's her
okay.
job
I
to
don't care.
bring
I
up
don't
cats, and she's, I think she's doing an
She's
amazing
just-
job. Actually, she's very good about documenting everything, and
Yikes.
All right, well.
That is, not my world. I don't ever. We have a cat too, and the cat loves me more than anything. And she comes up and takes her head and rams it into the back of mine when I'm sitting on the couch because she wants attention. And my wife constantly just yells at me because she's like, just pet the cat, Jeff. Just pet the cat. And I'm like, no, I pet the cat already. I'm not giving in to its behavior. She's like, the cat doesn't understand. So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
well, that'll be the very next happy chapter of the Stonier household is this cat. Yeah.
Well, so the other thing that
See what I had to give. I had to get a car for my wife. That was my compromise.
I've already done that with my wife.
And
but
I'm
she
allergic to
needs
cats.
more.
I'd much rather make the car payment than do it with the cat. To be
yeah.
honest with you, I couldn't do the cat thing.
I got a car last year.
No, so it's like she was like 2 years ago when I ran for office. I was like, all right, well, how about I'll get you a car.
It's an interesting negotiation, right?
What's
Like,
the
I mean, your
campaign
family gives up so
or a
much for
car.
you. Your family gives
They
up
do,
so much for you
Yeah.
to be able to serve the time, the energy, and just events that kind of come up on the schedule that conflict with family things.
Yep.
It's a huge sacrifice for the family, and so we try to find ways to balance it out, whether it's a car or a cat or whatever. We'll figure it out.
So the other thing I noticed, and You started to tell me about it yesterday, but I just started a garden at my place, and I've gone to your place once, and there
It was before we had anything planted.
You're right, and we talked, and I was like, oh my god, you guys have these beds here, but they are a disaster right now.
No, they're gorgeous now.
But yeah, and you started yesterday to get into a story because you started complaining
because I'm really mad about
and I cut you off.
Yeah,
because I was like, okay, stop talking because I'm done. We're gonna hear it when we talk on here. So what's going on? Because I have similar fiascos out at my place. So, now, first of all, are you a gardener? Is this your first time gardening?
I pretend to be a gardener like I pretend to be a runner. Like, I think a lot about gardening and I think a lot about running. And there are times when I'm gardening and there are times when I'm running regularly.
Oh, I'm a pretend runner.
But I would certainly say, other gardeners wouldn't look at me and say, oh, she's a gardener. Other serious runners wouldn't look at me and say, "Oh yeah, she's a serious runner."
Every plant that our household touches dies, so I would never even attempt to garden.
We just built a 4x4 box garden in our backyard.
That seems manageable.
We went to Home Depot, and my wife
That's
had.
great.
I would still kill it, but it seems manageable.
Yeah, it was. We have Roma tomatoes out there, and she wanted to plant spinach. No, I fought her on the spinach. No, I see your face.
That's interesting.
And I was like, what is the matter with you? We don't eat spinach.
I didn't even think about spinach. I have to go get spinach now.
No, what? No, what? Who eats spinach?
We eat spinach.
I eat spinach, but I wouldn't grow it. I don't know. But go ahead.
Okay.
So why? What's the purpose of the spinach? Well,
because,
Is it for the peacocks? Do peacocks eat spinach?
Okay.
He has a peacock problem, by the way.
Oh my God.
You don't know about this.
Last year, Noelle put in, I think it was cilantro or some herbs in our front yard. And they were gone within minutes of being planted because we have rabbits everywhere. There's rabbits coming. And so she was looking for solutions to the problem. And she doesn't like my solution of getting a pellet gun and sitting on the porch and taking out the rabbit. So she needs rabbit wire. But now, there's multiple problems at my place. There are peacocks everywhere.
It's scary.
It's Dr. Doolittle's fantasy in my world. It is, seriously, there's peacocks and geese, which are the worst creatures on earth. And there are rabbits.
I love the geese.
They attack people. The geese attack
people. They don't land anywhere near my house. They fly over top, and it's great.
Love them from that distance. Try to approach a goose and deal with the alpha goose. By the way, how you become an alpha goose is got to be some sort of sick ritual because these things are aggressive. So we have all.
I can see you doing this to the goose.
We walk. My son walks past them with sticks. Holds the sticks horizontal.
Shows up in a blazer one day to present some status.
I've always said, wouldn't that be amazing if we took out the alpha goose and just went right to the middle and squatted down? And then they all follow you everywhere you go. Follow us all over the place. I was like, that would be incredible.
So
what
this
an
is
incredible
kind of where
journey.
you stopped me yesterday. I was really grumpy about birds or squirrels or something.
You were grumpy. You were pissed.
I was so mad. Tearing apart, we planted a pumpkin and we planted
zucchini.
It was yellow squash. And they were we have 5 or 6 boxes in the front yard, and we have sugar snap peas and green beans and several varieties of tomatoes. Brandon wanted jalapenos. We have a couple peppers in there, basil.
We did serrano
lettuce,
pepper.
corn. I was ill-advised on the corn. I was told corn is a bad idea, but I just couldn't help myself. I had to plant corn, chives, everything. We have everything going in the garden, minus the spinach, which I'll get on my way home later today. But so my anger came from I was mad at myself because I've been very confusing to the animals in our yard. I put up bird feeders and right in the middle of my garden boxes, that's really dumb. You should put the animal attractions on the other side of the yard, not where all of your vegetables are.
So you're bringing them in.
I'm inviting them
like,
in.
oh, this
and they're
is
like,
our
this
appetizer,
is great.
and
I
now
can't wait. And then meanwhile, I'm angry that they're ripping apart, my new plants. And so I have to restructure. So tomorrow I'm spending the day restructuring and putting the squirrel feeder is going to be away in the backyard and the bird feeder is going to be on the other side of the yard and try to really bring some, I just shouldn't be so confusing to the animals. I feel like also as I'm hearing myself, I'm thinking the animals are not aware of my directions to them. Like I can put the bird feeder wherever I want. They're going to do whatever they want to do.
They're a little confused right now.
Like,
but
did you ever hear about that lady that got mad about the deer crossing signs? Like if they put the deer crossing signs at a different part of the freeway, then maybe the deer would cross it. That's kind of. I feel like this is a different rendition of like trying to redirect the natural nature.
I'm gonna wait until she's.
I'll send you the link. It's really funny.
Well, she's going to be in special session and come back, and her tomatoes are going to be gone, and she's going to blame the birds, but in actuality, it's Jeff Angelo
snacking. Drive by for a snack.
Yeah. So, Mike, do you get anything else you want to touch on here? Because we're kind of wrapping up at the end here.
No, I'm excited to get to your trivia questions.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. The very last thing. I put it here at the beginning. Why so many emojis in your text messages?
Oh, right.
Why is that a constant theme with you?
I recently discovered Bitmojis, and I'm trying to get other people to use them.
Did you really think I was going to use them? I did. Do
you want me to help you set up Bitmojis on your phone?
Absolutely not. I was like...
Because here's the thing.
You don't speak to me anymore like regular. It's constantly... No joke. It was... Today it was a peace sign on my phone, and it was just someone's hand with
and you're like, what?
Sign. Yeah, it makes no sense to me. So,
I don't remember sending you that.
Oh, yeah, it was some other Monica Stonier. I'm sure
I don't know.
she's
I'll
local.
have to look. I'll have to look and see what I sent you.
It's always some random... what's that? Is that a peace sign in there? Got a little peace sign?
Is.
Okay. Yeah,
wow.
a little bit of... Here's you... I don't know.
That's a I don't know gesture. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. It's
a shrug. It's like a whatever.
It's okay. So I can't handle that form of texting. I'm not as advanced.
That's good to know. I think Noelle would get it, so I'll just text Noelle like the Bitmojis.
Okay. I'll let you two.
Or you just text that way.
Oh yeah, Noelle's on that. She has her own person.
She has her own Bitmoji.
She has her own people thing that does the thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they all have different call signs and whatever.
So here's the thing: once you have a Bitmoji, though, you will be so entertained with all of the options for communicating.
I'm done with this conversation.
You asked about it. This was your question. I answered it.
I'm done. We're moving on. Okay. So I had two other things here. And one we were talking to, and this is a real quick thing.
All right.
And this is so off topic, and we can't come back from it, but we all have to answer it real fast. So earlier when we got to our office, I don't know how the subject came up, but we were in here hanging out with Rob Frasina a little bit. And then, John Oberg, our producer and sound guy, was in here, and we were just having a little bit of fun. And we were talking about, our celebrity crush, I guess. We had a different saying for it, but, the one celebrity that you would drop your husband for, or drop your wife, or you'd be gone. It's just is like the scenarios people talk about sometimes. Right. So we wanted to, just to make you more comfortable, we're gonna go first.
Yeah, you go first.
And me go first. It's easy. I said, well, there's actually two people. And one I stated in public on a cruise. I got called up, my wife and I.
Okay.
And she knew it. They asked me behind the scenes who it was, and they came out and asked the question, and Noelle got it right. Ooh. And it was Alyssa Milano. And the backup was Helen Mirren. No joke.
Who's that? Helen Mirren?
Oh my goodness!
I'm really bad with people's names, she's Hollywood names.
She's older. She's older now.
Hollywood.
Just tell me who she.
I'm trying to think of a movie she was in. Didn't she play the Queen Elizababeth in a movie?
Yeah, she did. She's if you saw.
So Alyssa Milano,
Helen Mirren, and Mike, where were you at on this?
Oh well, I'm gonna go with Jennifer Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we know who Helen Mirren is.
So
Okay, Jennifer Lawrence. That's.
I'm gonna go with that one.
That's a very vanilla answer.
Well, I'm not going for the what they call people who are 70 septuagenarians.
Helen's very regal. She's very regal.
I'm not into that, man.
You're not into people with a mind. Oh, right, that's.
Oh,
It's-
that's why I do this show with you. How about that? How about
Love
that?
Sing.
Okay, so where are we at here? You've never had this conversation with your husband.
I know.
I'm sure you
We've
have.
had this conversation. I think Alyssa Milano is certainly one of his favorites too. But I think
God.
So we even know our wives, right? We know what they would.
Noelle's Justin Timberlake.
See.
All the way. 100%. I'm no joke.
JT.
She'd be gone in a heartbeat. Like, it wouldn't even be one of those situations where it's a one-time deal.
Like, she'd
just leave me.
I'm gone.
She'd take her
never
dog
coming back. And her cat.
Be gone.
Or
And
the cat.
I would throw the cat out, but
Throw the cat at her. She's leaving.
she'd be-
Here, take the cat.
And Justin would be like, "Come on, honey, let's go," and I'd be like, "Take care."
there's a
I wish
Bitmoji
you
for
would.
that. She would be like this.
The Bitmoji running.
It's a Bitmoji for that.
motion,
I can't
like-
believe you said that. I can't believe she knew that. So yeah, that.
All right,
was,
so go ahead.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long time. So I think mine has. I haven't considered this question for a long time.
Been a long
So I
time.
have two.
Tom Selleck.
Not that long.
David Hasselhoff.
Not that long. Like, so we just wrapped up. I know this is going to be shocking to people, but we had not watched West Wing until I was elected this time around, and so Brandon and I
Martin
kind
Sheen.
of watched it
Okay.
together.
Is that where we're
And
going?
so like we just really love Sam Seaborn, and that just kind of brought Rob Lowe back for me. So I would say,
Rob Lowe.
Yeah,
He's
and
an
then-
ageless man.
The dude is.
This guy. I mean, he is. I
but
think
also
he's
like
184
the thing
at
that
this
I
point.
think
He's older than
about.
Mark Bolt.
He's
Who was
older-
104? He was
Mark Bolt's 108.
So he's
so
older than
Rob
Mark
Lowe
Bolt.
must be older. Yeah,
I was like,
that was my
what?
guess. So Mark Bolt's age.
I think when I think of him in character in that show, I just get really excited about the idea of like thinking about the strategy and the messaging. So that's where the nerd in me kind of starts to
Did
weigh
you ever
in.
see him in the show Brothers and Sisters? Has he played a guy who
Yes.
ran for president?
Yes,
Yeah.
in Brothers and
I'm
Sisters.
sorry.
Yes,
Best
I did see
role
that
of
show.
all time, Parks and Rec.
Fair enough.
He
Right.
literally
Right.
couldn't be better.
So I
He's
would
the
say
best.
not only is it Rob Lowe, but also like his characters are kind of intriguing to me. But I do have a professional crush too.
Oh.
Michael Fullen is look, Jeff is already rolling his eyes at me. Michael Fullen is an education researcher that has the best research and student-centered, heartfelt stuff out there about education policy. So
Is this someone you've met?
no,
No?
I'd love to meet him someday, but I do read his stuff professionally, and I don't even know what he looks like.
Is he from
You
I,
Canada?
know what?
have no idea. I
Is he
just,
No.
like I'm pulling up right now.
F-U-L-L-A-N.
Is he from Canada?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Fullan. So, anyways,
Probably got
so
the
I have like
middle
I'm
this.
showing Jeff this first because
Okay, let's see. Don't show it. Love it.
Let's
I
not
love-
show her.
No, wait.
You're not gonna
This-
show me.
just in case anyone wants to see this, Michael Fullen, Fullan, right here. Monica Stonier's professional crush. Go look at this photo. Okay.
Okay,
he's an
well,
older man. Let's just say he's
Helen Mirren.
So
Helen
Helen Mirren,
Mirren's
too.
a tough one to swallow.
yeah,
but Michael Fullen,
Yeah,
he's great,
well.
looking swell.
But when I'm hungry for something to read that is inspiring professionally, I'm just like, okay, what did Michael Fullen publish recently?
Interesting.
Wow.
I
I
know.
guess Stephen King
Hashtag
was not
nerd
the way for
alert.
me to
Yeah.
go.
Sorry.
So real quick before we wrap up, then, not celebrity crushes necessarily, but when it comes to politics, who really inspires you still, or inspired you to get involved the most?
Yeah, so I mean, hands down, Barack Obama inspired me to get involved. I was a national delegate in 2008. My husband and I did a lot of our just quiet evenings at home making buttons and trying to figure out ways to like send energy to battleground states because Washington was going to be fine. But, and he was really the strategy mind behind that. And I was just really excited to get involved. And so, getting elected national delegate that year, going to Denver, casting my vote at the convention, really gave me kind of an inside view of how things happen on the party side. And now as an elected official and running for office here locally, you kind of get a sense of how the party side operates sometimes in conjunction and sometimes in conflict with efforts to get people elected. And so now, you know, I feel like that was definitely my inspiration when I'm looking for meaningful words and you know, energy and hope. I always go back to speeches and work that that the president did. So that will continue to be an inspiration for me. I think moving forward, you know, I think in terms of now, I think you can look not at elected officials, but those unsung heroes in our communities for where your inspiration comes from. Right now, I would say the immigration and resource advocates that are trying to make sure that people in our communities have a safe place to go to get good information, resources, and get, you know, kind of respected for the tax paying contribution they make to our state, the workforce contribution they make to our state, the willingness to kind of bring their kids and hope for the American dream here. That's kind of where I'm finding my inspiration now, are people that are working against all odds to kind of realize the American dream. And those aren't people that you're going to see in headlines. So.
Yeah, there's, I mean, you know, when you think about people that get you inspired to get involved, I mean, I think back to my grandparents, you know, people who immigrated here, and it doesn't always have to be political figures, right?
Yeah.
We get caught up in that. I know you brought up the president, which, you know, is, you know, I think he's inspired millions of people over the years, but
I'm definitely the same boat. I think my grandpa, after he passed away, he definitely was an inspiration in my world for what I want to do going forward. You know, he always pressed me. He never wanted me involved in my family's business. He always instilled on us, like he always said, you know, I wish you would be a teacher. I wish you could go out and be a teacher. Those people are highly respected. And, you know, I think for me, it would mean a lot. And when one of us, you know, and Mike, you know, my cousin Brandon, and Monica, you may too, he wound up being a teacher. And I think with our family...
making good ice cream, by the way.
Making great ice cream.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But, you know, same boat. My grandpa had a lot of influence on my life, and he kind of inspired me to get a little bit more involved. I'm a bit more local with things when it comes to inspiration. I think my parents also just kind of, my dad pushed the agenda. He was just hoping I wound up on a different side of the fence than I did. but it's all good.
Your dad and mine too.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Well, you know, let's end on a positive note. So I went out and did something this morning. And I came in here and Mike was like, whatever, we'll go ahead and do it. We want to do a little trivia with you, and it's pop culture. So it seems like you're not fluent there.
I'm so bad at that.
I know. I can see that by the talk we just had. Maybe if it would have been like Michael Fullen trivia.
Well, she's got, apparently, you know, she's still thinking about Tom Selleck, so we're way, about 25 years. I mean,
like, for the record, my first crush was Kenny Rogers, and I've come a long way.
Oh, dude. So. Let's not go there.
I had a Facebook post the other day.
Yes, I know. Let's not go there.
Okay.
We're pressed for time now. That's a whole separate hour right there.
It is.
Jeff will start singing. It's not a good thing.
Okay, so I'm about to fail at social media pop culture.
It's just pop culture.
Trivia.
It's just a little bit of trivia. It's not much. And,
I don't even know what these questions are.
We even got some prizes here. So today,
prizes?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a little kid. A kid named Cameron. I went and I picked up a couple things, and I just kind of was saying what I was doing, because I said, you know, hey guys, you should listen to this podcast. And I told him my thought, and I was like, why don't you go pick out 3 random things, just here when I was over at Walgreens.
All right.
And he said, okay.
For prizes.
For prizes.
Oh, gosh.
It's a doozy. So
all right,
let's go do this.
Let's see that.
So the first one. Name 4 actors who have portrayed James Bond.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, you're not
so some guy with like Pierce.
Pierce Bronson.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
Nope, we're already wrong. Brosnan, not
What?
Bronson.
It's close
The
enough.
Charles Bronson.
I don't care.
It's
right,
Pierce
well,
Brosnan.
Dude.
Okay, I'll
That's
give you
one.
half
That's
credit.
one. That's
Thank
one.
you.
Half credit.
Well, I can't come up with any more. Can I have full
Are you
credit?
kidding?
Who's the one right now?
I don't know.
Shit,
I don't
okay.
watch.
Daniel Craig.
I know
man.
who that is.
Come on, thinking
I
back in the
literally
day, like
do not
old
know.
school James Bond, like really old, good-looking guy.
Oh, right.
Scottish.
Of course. Sean Connery.
Okay, good. We'll give you some credit here. One more.
Roger Moore.
We'll give you Roger Moore. I think we're being schooled at this point. Okay. Name the power couple that split up in September 2016.
2016?
Not
Okay.
long ago. We're
All right,
talking
power
couple months.
couple, like
You said 2016,
Hollywood.
like I said,
No, I know.
1993.
Hold on.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck is always the answer. Is it like Angelina Jolie and
You got it. I think that's... And,
Yeah, the good-looking guy,
Brad
best-looking guy.
Pitt?
there you
Right.
go.
There we go.
All
Okay.
Not bad.
They
This
had a
one
bunch
should
of
be
children
good.
together, like
This
adopted
one
children.
you should get this based on the sport that you love. City held 2016 Summer Olympics.
City held 2016.
The city that held the 2016 Summer Olympics. Oh man, Monica.
Brazil.
That's a country.
I'm trying to think.
But the country's correct.
The country is
country's
correct.
So, right, but Rio.
I'll take it.
But
I'll take
Mallory
it.
was at the Manaus stadium for the U.S.-Portugal games. So I was trying to remember.
Okay. Host city was Rio.
Okay, good.
2016.
All right.
We're
There we
good
go.
there.
That's
Yeah,
not
well,
bad.
that's
All
and
right.
the song is
Okay.
on my playlist in my phone
Of
for when I'm
course it
thinking
is.
about running.
It's probably the most current song you have on that
Yeah.
playlist. So,
It's so true.
what now infamous Olympian fabricated a story of a robbery while in Rio?
What?
You don't know about this?
No.
This was all over the news. It was everywhere.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but I know.
Oh, it was a big one too.
Oh, I got it.
He got-
Oh.
I got it. Yeah.
Right, made up a story about getting robbed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Him and a couple of his other.
Him and a couple of his
Yeah.
other Olympian friends. Do you remember the sport he was in?
Was it swimming?
Mhm.
There we go.
That's
Okay.
it.
On
All right.
the right track.
Yeah,
And
I don't know his
obviously it
name.
wasn't the biggest name in swimming.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know his name, but he like flew back early or something.
He
or was kind of,
did.
like, missing.
He did.
Yeah, I think
Should we
it's-
give partial
That's what
credit?
the headlines
Partial
there.
credit.
It was Ryan Lochte.
Oh, right.
There we go. But
There was
yeah,
that whole conflict. Like, is this a way to kind of act out against not being the like lead runner in the swimming world?
It was a little
Okay. So
crazy.
I need a little bit of.
Okay.
Okay.
So
what are the prizes that I
Okay,
win?
so Cameron came up with these, and he was a great kid too, by the way.
All right.
He just ran out. So the first.
Well,
that
do I
he
get all the
picked-
prizes?
What should we do here?
Yeah, he got all the prizes.
Okay. So the first thing.
Because what are you going to do with them otherwise?
The Candylicious bubbles. Bubbles you can eat. So you got
Bubbles
this.
you can eat.
Bubbles you can
I'm
eat. You
so
got that.
curious about this.
Yeah, that's weird.
The other thing.
I'm going to let my kids try this.
Hey, it's
before
made
I-
in the
You
USA.
gotta-
Look at that.
Oh, made in
20
the USA. I like it.
24
Good job,
pack
Cameron.
of crayons by Playwright. Crayola was not affordable, so colors in here might be
right.
Sasquatch brown or burnt umber or just
Also, they're probably already
Burnt sienna.
melted.
Is that Bob Ross?
They're probably already melted in the box too, because they're not real
They might have
Crayola.
been, but you're creative. You can.
I'll
come up with
figure it
something.
out, yeah.
You know, the last one I didn't understand what it was at first because we saw these earlier, and I was like, "What is this thing?" And it's a little.
I know exactly
light-
what to do with that.
What is it?
It's
my
a
God.
rubber ducky in the
It's a
shape of a
rubber
cupcake
ducky.
duck.
It's,
Okay.
She's right on the money. It's a light up cupcake duck, and
Yeah.
I was
There you
it
go.
just
Wow.
lights up. So I don't know why he pulled that, but there you go.
Well, I'll send you the link. I have a friend who has a give a duck, take a duck, community
that's-
engagement thing in their front yard.
That's
The little
weird.
kids
Okay.
put rubber duck, all these different
That's
kinds of rubber
weird.
ducks. You can leave one and then you can take one. So you can switch out rubber. It's just a little thing that the
we
little
ended
kids
on
do.
a really weird note today.
All right, well.
So that's
A rubber duck exchange is
All
kind of a.
it's exactly what it is. It's a rubber duck exchange, and that's where this is going.
Mike. Final thoughts.
Well, thank you. We
for this insane interview.
we were all over the place, but no, I don't think I said this earlier, but been thinking it as we've been talking. Appreciate your willingness to step into the arena and to deal with everything from brutal campaigns to nasty politics in Olympia and town hall meetings and everything that you do. It's, like Jeff said, he's not the only person I've ever heard say that you work pretty much as hard as anybody, if not harder, up in Olympia. So that's appreciated because we know that you're not representing just your district in Olympia when you're up there. You're representing everybody in Southwest Washington and Clark County and where I'm at in Battleground. So we appreciate that. And thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
And on a final note here, just to echo Mike a little bit, we have a lot of issues that we need support with, and we're glad you're the one supporting us when it comes to the state level. The other note, I definitely know you and I had talked, and you deal with a lot. And we wanted to keep it a little lighthearted today and have a little bit of fun. And that's always my goal on this show. Like, I don't think there's really been a time where I've come in here and been like, oh, it's all business today. Otherwise, we won't even do this anymore. But thank you for all the time you've given me over the past couple of years. It's been obviously a great experience getting to know the person you are. And we have a lot of laughs outside of here too, so I'm glad that you have the type of personality that I like. Otherwise, it wouldn't be quite.
And that's a great. Sorry to cut in here, but a great thought too is I like the fact that you take the job seriously, but you don't take yourself too seriously.
Well, that is definitely true.
I like that. Whenever someone, people in public service that do that, I love it because I aspire to do that. I mean, you got to take the job seriously, but you can't think that you're the best thing since sliced bread. You've got to work hard at it and do good things. So,
absolutely.
Well, listen, I really appreciate that. Both of you, I have to say, this community does not get better if we don't have real people doing the work. And it's just real unfortunate when we have people who are not just real with themselves and real with each other doing the work. It turns into the wrong kind of work. So, we have to keep each other light and laughing.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I think it's pretty clear I can get super wonky. And, my free reading is usually in, research journals and stuff like that, which is really
Michael
nerdy.
Fullen or whatever his name was.
Right.
We'll have you back sometime when you're out of session. You have even more fun. So that's what
awesome.
I like.
Yep.
And the next one will be ghost hunting, I'm hoping.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. We will talk about that.
A ghost hunting episode. That might be trademarked. We probably can't say ghost hunters.
Don't even say it right now.
Ghost hunting episode of this podcast.
Coming up.
Right around Halloween, maybe. See, well, I'm getting an idea here.
You're going off on tangent.
There goes. I'm gone.
Leave it. Coming up in the next couple weeks here, just so everyone knows, we do have City Councilman Bart Hansen coming on the show. We're going to talk, probably is my guess, more Apple Pass with him. C-Tran,
yep.
We've talked about in the past.
Probably the bridge will come up too.
For the bridge
comes up to everybody.
Constantly comes up. And then also Andy Silver, Executive Director, Council for the Homeless, is coming on. Yeah. We can talk to him about the reason why he rescheduled with us, which I know the reason, but I'm 100% looking forward to him telling me on air why it happened. And then also talking about a lot of the homeless impact, what's going on with our community. We have a homeless crisis on our hands, and how Council for the Homeless is getting involved with that and what direction we're going, because I know he has a lot of great ideas.
Cool.
So, all right. Thank you from us. Take care. Stay safe.